The man finally worked up the courage to propose to his girlfriend, but that day, he heard something that shattered his heart, and he said she ran into her first love at a bar. The guy poured out how much he missed her, with alcohol involved. She made a mistake. No man could accept that kind of betrayal, and he quickly explained. She came to her senses at the last moment. Nothing actually happened in the end, but even if it was just emotional cheating, she was still overwhelmed with guilt. That's why she confessed everything to Carl. Carl didn't believe a word of her weak excuse. He just felt completely crushed. Then he stormed out and slammed the door, and he broke down, drowning in sorrow and regret. She knew she had lost the man who loved her the most forever. Carl walked the streets, alone, full of sorrow. He looked down for a moment at the engagement ring he bought with all his savings, then threw it hard to the ground. He swore he'd never trust women or love again. From then on, Carl poured himself completely into his work. After 2 years of hard work, he became the CEO of a dating app company. He was always surrounded by beautiful women, but he never fell in love with anyone again. He thought he'd spend the rest of his life alone. He thought he had long forgotten that woman. But that day, as he walked down the street, a random glance upward made it impossible to look away. It was Annie. Carl suddenly realized he still loved her, but now she was wrapped in another man's arms. He could only turn and walk away in silence. He forced calm onto his face, but his eyes had lost their old confidence and grace. When a reporter asked how he felt at that moment, he answered sincerely. The reporter asked what he did after that. Carl said he dialed that number that had been echoing in his mind. His heart was pounding like crazy. In that moment, he finally heard Annie's voice again. It turns out she's engaged.